Last video we talked about Jupiter and how we actually can't land on it, but we can still have the best vacation while in orbit around it. Check out that episode if you haven't already. Mercury, as you know, allows us to land and walk on it. So here we go. Let's assume that we get to Mercury safe and sound, the closest planet to the Sun. Even though that's the case, Venus is still the hottest planet in the solar system. Mercury has almost no atmosphere, so it cannot trap in the heat as well as Venus does. In addition, the lack of atmosphere of Mercury allows lots of space debris like rocks to just bombard its surface. So you can say that Mercury is always getting beat up by space debris. Earth doesn't have this problem. Its atmosphere breaks up and disintegrates almost all of the space debris that enters its atmosphere. Mercury is almost the opposite. The rest of this video will assume that you, or any person, has the equipment or technology to stay on Mercury's surface safely. When you get there, expect to see tons and tons of craters. Craters everywhere. At the end of the day, Mercury looks like and feels like our own moon. The gravity there is very low, just like our moon, and they both are gray in color. They are both small celestial bodies, and they both have lots and lots of craters. Looks like this is our moon's twin. But anyways, once we get there, where should we go? Well, Mercury actually doesn't have much going on it. That's just how it is. One place that would spark some attention is the Caloris Basin. This crater was formed during the formation of the solar system, when a very, very large meteor collided with its surface. The diameter of the crater is about 1,500 kilometers. When a crater is formed, you know how there's a ring of mountains or hills around it? Well, this ring of mountains around this crater reaches about 2 kilometers tall. So, if you ain't into climbing, then I'm sorry, but you ain't gonna go in there. When you get to the crater, you'll first see these 2 kilometer tall mountains around you. Try to find a spot where you can start climbing up and make sure it's not too steep. Once you get to the top, you are now at the rim of the crater. You should have an incredible view of the entire crater now. Just don't fall. Depending on where you are standing, you may not be able to get down to the other side because of how steep the mountains are. So you may have to travel around a bit until you find a spot where you can safely start to go down. Once you get to the bottom, congratulations, you are now inside the largest crater of Mercury. A very, very long time ago, an enormous rock hit Mercury in the same spot you are standing on. Pretty incredible, isn't it? Now, if you are willing to travel to the very center of the crater, which is about 750 more kilometers of traveling, then you will encounter some troughs, aka craters as well. This region is nicknamed the Spider. These troughs will be around 40 kilometers in diameter, and the cause of these troughs are currently unknown. Given this information that I just said, this should spark some excitement in some of you to go exploring them. Now here's the weird thing. If you go directly opposite of this crater, so traveling halfway across the surface of Mercury, you'll end up on some terrain that seems to be weirdly chaotic and also broken. Could this be a coincidence, or was this caused by the creation of the Caloris Basin? This is something we should definitely examine when we get there. But for the people who just want to enjoy themselves, you obviously don't need to do research on Mercury. Just check out the Caloris Basin and go exploring. Now I know there isn't much for me to say other than check out these 2 spots, but once people get there in person, I'm sure there will be more things to explore other than just craters. So don't lose hope on Mercury. Hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to check out all the videos in the series as I go in depth into the specific locations on these planets in our solar system. Hope to see you in my next one.